I'm Emily, and this is Christine, and we're talking about the sun. The sun is not the only star in space. There are billions of stars. The sun is the closest star to Earth. The sun rotates around Earth. The Earth rotates every 27 days around the sun. The sun's surface is called the photosphere. Without the sun, the Earth could not support life. The sun gives heat and light for us. The sun gives off energy and for plants and trees. When you look up at the sun might look calm, but it's not really calm. The sun gives off gases. A lot of the sun actually comes from the sun, from the core. So, this is the sun. And this is us right here, and then there's the sun. There's Mercury and Venus, and then Earth, and then Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Neptune is freezing cold because it's super far from the sun. And Kristen.
Okay, now I will be talking about the explosion of the sun. The sun is like a ball of hot gases with no hard surface. Astronomers have found that there are layers in the sun. The part of the sun that gives the light energy we see is called the photosphere. It is the innermost layer of the sun atmosphere. The layer above the photosphere is the chromosphere. The outermost layer is called the corona. The sun may look calm, no more exciting than a giant glowing light bulb. Back to you, Emily.
Okay, so the solar system. The solar system includes the sun and its 8 planets. 8 dwarf planets, moons, asteroids, and comets. Every object in the solar system revolves around the sun in a path called the orbit. The orbits of the planets have a slightly elliptical shape. An ellipse is a shape like an oval. So, Christine.
Oh, okay. Did you know that sunspots may be the size of Earth or larger? See, this is the sun, and it may be larger. Well, it is larger than Earth. And then now we'll be talking about the solar eruptions. 2 types of eruptions that take place on the sun, or prominence, and solar flares. A prominence looks like a ribbon of glowing gases. Prominence may appear to... Oh, sorry. It's kind of windy out here. Wait. Okay. May appear and then disappear in a few days or months. Solar flares are similar to volcanoes here on Earth. A solar flare causes a bright spot on the sun. Along with extra bright light, solar flares also gives off other forms of solar energy. This energy may be powerful enough to interrupt radio and satellite communication. On Earth, solar flares usually last for only minutes or hours. Back to you, Emily.
So the sun up there is really bright, and the sun may look really hot out, but it's actually very windy and cold. So you can see our hair's all blowing and the papers are flying everywhere.
Not mine, but yeah.
So the sun is not the biggest star in space. There's some stars that are bigger. And here's the asteroid. It is in between Mars and Jupiter. It's between the inner planets and the outer planets. So, and on Mercury, it's very hot because it's the closest planet to Earth, and there's lots of craters. On the one side of Mercury that doesn't face the sun, it is very cold because it's very slow turning and facing the sun. The Mercury is really fast going around the sun. Okay. So you are there. It's late afternoon on a beautiful autumn day. Sitting on a blanket, you dig your toes into the cooling sand. The air grows cooler as the once blue sky fills with shades of orange and red. Suddenly, your hat is picked up by a light wind. As you place your hat back on your head, you look towards the ocean. Within experience of beauty of a California sunset, what do you know about the sun and the other objects in the solar system? So, if you look at the sun, it looks like the only thing in space. But it's if you look, it's like Mercury is raised by the sun, and then it's Venus, and then after us, somewhere over there, there's Mars.
And sometimes you can also see the moon even when it's daylight.
Yeah, like
Well, we
well,
can't
it's
see
not-
the moon. Yeah.
but most nights the moon's out.
Like
Like,
sunset, you'll clearly see the moon, and then sometimes like afternoon you'll really see the moon.
And at night, well, some days the moon is really, really big, and it's half, and some look like a banana, or or an orange when it's full.
Yeah.
And back to you.
Okay. Without the sun, Earth wouldn't have life support. The sun gives off heat and light. To Earth light support. Also, wait, yeah. Hold on. Let me start over. Okay. Kind of messed up. I couldn't understand my handwriting. Okay. So, hold on. Without the sun, Earth wouldn't have life support. The sun gives off heat and light. To Earth life support, also the main thing. Two types of eruptions that take place. The sun is the most largest object in the solar system. Also, Jupiter contains the rest. And Earth is 149,600 away from the sun. The sun's pressure is 250 billion atmospheres. The sun age is about 4.5 billion years old. The star's life cycle depends on its mass. Back to you, Emily.
So, when you look up at the sun at night, if you look at the moon at night, it's bright because the sun reflects the light over there. So the reason why Earth stays in put is because the sun's gravitational force. So that's the reason why Mercury's there, Venus, Earth, Mars, and Jupiter, and Saturn, and Uranus, and Neptune are in the same spot all the time. But the sun doesn't keep asteroids or comets away from us because it's not like the planets. So,
Okay, now we'll be talking about, let me just find, why do planets revolve around the sun? Okay, the solar system includes the planets, their moons, and other objects that orbit the sun. The planets move around the sun in elliptical orbits. So, the reason why planets revolve around the sun, because like Earth, we need support, we need life, we need gravity, we need air and stuff, like, and plants and flowers and food and water, energy and stuff. Now, like, and ground and stuff.
So a planet is a large round object that moves around a star, such as the sun. Planets are cooler and smaller than stars. Even though some planets seem to shine, they do not give off their own light. A planet shines because light from the star it orbits reflects off the planet's surface. Planets stay in their orbits because of gravity. Gravity is a force of attraction between objects in the solar system. The sun and each of the planets are attracted to each other because of gravity. The sun has much more mass than the other objects in the solar system. The force of gravity between the sun and a planet is large enough to move the smaller mass of the planet. Instead of moving in straight lines, gravity causes the planets to move in a ellipse around the sun. So, Mercury and Venus don't have moons because it's because they are so close to the sun. Mercury, like I said, is one face that doesn't face the sun, is really cold at night. And Venus, when in the sky, there's dark, there's hot, very hot, and poisonous clouds that keeps the hot air in Venus. Back to you, Christina.
Okay, now we will be talking about gravity and the moon. Have you ever looked at the moon in the night skies? Yes, we have, right, Emily?
Yes.
And then, the moon is a satellite of Earth. A satellite is an object that orbits another object in space. All of the planets in the solar system except Mercury and Venus have at least one moon. Did you all know that? At least Mercury and Venus only has one moon.
Mercury and Venus don't have any moon because it's hot and it can't be around.
Yeah.
But Earth is the right position that Earth can have one moon. But in some of these planets, Earth has one moon, and some of them have other moons.
And now, if we wouldn't have gravity on Earth, we would not have no moon, no blue skies.
We would be floating in space, in the sky.
Yep. And then, did y'all also know that Earth moves in a elliptical orbit around the Earth?
And so Neptune is the farthest away from the sun. If we're so far away from the sun, we can't have life on Earth because it's super cold, like Jupiter and Mars. Mars is cold, but astronauts seem to have proved there was water on Earth, and Jupiter is far from the sun, so it can't have life on it. Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Back to you.
Okay. Gravity keeps the moon in its orbit around Earth while Earth orbits the sun. Like you can see here, the moon is bright and Earth is bright, like dark on this side and then it's light on this side, as you can see in the picture.
Okay, when one side faces the sun, it has light, but when it's facing the other side, it's dark. Like at night, it's very dark. But if you have lights around your house, and because of the moon, if the moon's very bright because of the sun's reflection, you can see around. So back to you.
And now, this is Miss Kent's class doing the sun facts.
And again, this is Christina and Emily. And thank you for watching. And bye.
Bye.
Are you going to do the next chapter?
And
Episode?
probably, yeah.
Yes, we'll probably do gravity force and stuff. We'll probably talk about that later on the next chapter.
Bye.
Bye.
This is Mia, the camera person. Bye.